Good evening, Tallahassee, and welcome to your Thursday edition of FSU Weather. We've got lots to talk about today, starting with that beautiful sunset over Doak Campbell Stadium. We've got a lot of high-level clouds that have just made for an absolutely gorgeous day. Currently 76 degrees with also those clouds in the sky with a slight breeze at 13 miles an hour. But if we take a look at our radar, we're not seeing any rain on the radar, so really clear skies and a beautiful day to get outside and enjoy this weather. If we take a look into tonight, it's going to get down to 47 degrees with some partly cloudy skies with just a slight breeze, but nothing too frigid or cold. And heading into tomorrow, it's going to get up to about 76 degrees with lots of sunshine to go around and again a slight breeze. And as for your headlines for the show, we're going to be talking about the spring-like weather in Tallahassee, talking about how long this weather is going to stick around, and your Thursday sportscast. All that and more on FSU Weather.
Good evening and welcome to the Thursday edition of FSU Weather. I'm Matthew Wisnett.
And I'm student meteorologist Chris Malway. It's been a beautiful day here in Tallahassee. I know we were seeing some of those warmer temperatures in the mid to upper 70s. I know when I stepped outside this morning and even this afternoon, it's just lovely conditions, just a slight breeze, just honestly perfect weather. Kind of wish I spent more of the day outside, but I don't know about you, Matt. I've been loving this weather.
Yeah, it's been great weather. I saw a lot of people on Landis relaxing, doing homework, throwing a frisbee, playing spike ball. It was a great time to be outside, and tomorrow will be an even better day as it'll just be a lot of sunshine once again, so I expect more people out in Landis. Tanning season, it's that time again. But Jordan, with all this great weather, what does it look like right now in Tallahassee?
Yeah, so it is currently looking absolutely gorgeous outside. You can see that sun is starting to go down below the horizon, but over here at Doak, it's looking absolutely gorgeous. I know I love to go for a run, and when I do, I take a little loop around Doak, so this will be the perfect time to go out there and do it. It's 76, partly cloudy, really just the nice weather to be outside, and you can see that again on the radar. There's a little bit of clouds moving through, but overnight, and especially into tomorrow morning, those clouds are really just moving out. So we have a pretty clear day ahead of us in the Tallahassee area. And with that beautiful clear day, we are getting these really beautiful temperatures. Right now you can see that it's 76 here in Tallahassee. That's a bit of our hot spot. In general, everywhere around us is a little bit lower. If you're a little bit closer to the coast, so Perry, Apalachicola, definitely a little bit cooler. Seeing 70 and a little bit cooler at 68, which is pretty nice and a big difference from what we saw yesterday. Yesterday we saw super dry conditions, but you can see with our dew points, it is definitely getting a little bit muggier out there. It's not too bad, so we're not feeling that super wet air out there, but it definitely is getting a little bit wetter, a little bit more moist in the air. With our temperatures, today was another warm day, although it wasn't quite as warm as yesterday and not anywhere close to our record high. We were getting up there, but we were still 6 degrees away. So today we saw a high at 71, and our low, we dipped down a lot from that 79. We saw 42, so we see those temperatures definitely fluctuating a good bit throughout the day as we transition from the night to during the day. But if we look at our forecast for tonight, you can see that it's again going to be a little bit cloudy, but in general a pretty clear, a pretty nice night. 47, so it is definitely going to be cooling off a little bit. So if you're wearing those shorts and t-shirts today, you might be needing a sweatshirt if you're going to be heading out tonight. And just throughout the area, you can see that it's going to be pretty much the same story. Right around where we're sitting at 47 in Tallahassee here, it's going to be those mid-40s. It might be a little bit warmer at the coast. So here in Apalachicola, we can see that it's going to be 50, but it really is just going to be a pretty cool night, a pretty nice night, if you ask me. And tomorrow, it's going to be a perfect Friday. It's going to be 76 and sunny. I know I'm very excited to see that. My friends are going to be here, so it's nice to know that we have beautiful weather, and you're going to start a little bit chilly in the morning, but you're definitely going to be warming up throughout the day. And tomorrow we're going to see those highs in the upper mid 70s, and then just throughout the week we're going to see that warm weather cool off and then just see it be pretty nice until Wednesday. So we're going to keep an eye on that. But Danielle is going to tell us if this nice weather is going to be happening all throughout Florida.
Yes, thank you, Jordan. So across Florida, again, we have those wonderful, lots of sunshine, very fitting for the Sunshine State. Also lots, again, upper level clouds to see around the state of Florida, and those temperatures as well stay mostly in the 70s for much of the state. We see 74 for Pensacola, even 72 in Key West, 77 in Miami and West Palm Beach, 75 in Jacksonville and Tallahassee. And for your weekend outlook on Miami, if you're planning to go to Miami this weekend, typical fashion, we're going to have lots of sunshine and highs in the low 80s. And this weekend for those events, if you're planning to go to the beach or even go see the Savannah Bananas go play this weekend as well, that will be a great time, great springtime weather to go enjoy that as well. If you're going to Tampa, a little bit on the cooler side, again, those rain chances will stay limited, lots of sunshine. Saturday, you may even see some passing clouds, but on Saturday will be a great day also to enjoy Mardi Gras at Busch Gardens or go out and enjoy downtown Tampa, Ybor City, or St. Pete, any of those areas. Lots of sunshine to go around. Same goes for Orlando. If you're deciding to forego Disney or Universal, you could go to the Central Florida Fair this weekend. Lots of sunshine as well in the upper 70s, 78 on Friday, 77 on Saturday. A little bit of that cooler air coming in on Sunday as well. And again, lots of sunshine to go around. Jacksonville, again, mostly a uniform forecast, lots of sunshine. It will get a little warmer on Saturday when reaching a high of 78, but we're going to have a slight cold front move in going into the end of our weekend to have a cooler start to our Sunday. Pensacola as well this weekend, we're going to have a little event regarding Mardi Gras in Pensacola, so that will be something exciting, and the weather again will be perfect. Sunshine all around for the Sunshine State. Highs 75 on Saturday, and again that cold front is going to bring in those 60s on Sunday, ending off your weekend a little bit on the cooler side, still letting us know that the end of winter into spring is coming and on its way as we begin our march. And looking across the region, we have some isolated showers across I-95, but mostly clear skies. Again, we see those upper level clouds moving across the region, and that is basically the same for Central Florida as well, possibly an isolated shower across I-95 just north of Titusville. But again, we see those lovely clouds that we've been seeing in the sky. Lots of alto cumulus and cirrus clouds have been present today, especially here in Tallahassee. We see those passing as well. So we have a cold front that has been pushing through the Florida region, bringing us these lovely, comfortable, sunny temperatures and weather as well. And as we go into our weekend, again, mostly clear skies and lots of passing clouds. Some moisture lays off in the Gulf, but not a lot to anticipate for us going forward and into this weekend. And tonight, we're going to see mostly mild temperatures in the 40s, 60s as we go farther south, and mostly to mid to upper 70s across the state going into tomorrow. So Priscilla, tell us more about the southeast. Are we going to see more sunshine all around?
Yeah, so the southeast is pretty similar to Florida right now. A lot of warm temperatures other than Richmond, of course, right now where it is 59 degrees, a little bit chilly, and also Charlotte at 61. So we've got sunshine here in the Sunshine State, but around the rest of the southeast, we've got mostly clear skies, so nice temperatures to go all around. Mostly sitting in the 70s and 60s as you go more north, Nashville at 63 and Charlotte at 62, but overall very pleasant and moderate mild conditions. So again, like we always say, great chance to get outside, enjoy this weather while it lasts, especially before the pollen sets in and really unsettles things. But for our winds right now, we've got mostly calm-ish winds. We've got a little bit higher wind speeds in Memphis and Birmingham at 12 miles an hour, also Atlanta at 16 miles an hour. So a little bit breezy, but that's helping to keep us nice and pleasant here. Perhaps you could go for a nice evening walk and enjoy the sunset hours right now. Into the future cast, next couple of days, we're going to be seeing clear skies, really not any clouds to go around either. But as we head into the weekend, Saturday into Sunday, that's when we're going to see our temperatures drop off a little bit into Sunday. But Saturday, they will still be pretty toasty. For our dew points, we are seeing a drying, and that's associated with that front that's going to come through, but bringing lots of dry air, keeping our dew points really low in the 30s and 40s, and that's just going to keep spreading all the way down to South Florida, not quite reaching Miami by Saturday, and really we're only seeing a little bit more humid areas in New Orleans and Houston. And if you're in Charlotte this weekend, great conditions. We're going to see that cool down heading into Sunday with a low of 32. Still reaching freezing temperatures. Winter's not over yet. And a couple of clouds on Monday with a low of 27, sub-freezing. But overall, still sunshine, and we're not going to really be seeing too many storms with this system. Nashville, similar story, 26 on Sunday morning and 28 into Monday, but sunshine, lots of sunshine. Tampa, similar story, except it's going to stay pretty hot, highs in the 70s, lows mostly in the 50s. And New Orleans, similar story again, lots of sunshine, only getting down to 67 on Sunday with our highs in the 50s. But now Chris is going to give us a look at the national. What are we looking at?
That's right. Thank you, Priscilla. Now, we did see a lot more of those pleasant temperatures, especially in the southeast, but the rest of the country, things are pretty quiet for most places, but a little bit on the chillier side of things. We do have 50s for many parts of the Midwest here, staying pretty warm in the southeast for the springtime, and a little bit cooler there up in the northeast with our temperatures in the 40s over here in Detroit. And most of the country is also staying dry because we have high pressure dominating most of the country right now. We even have negative dew points right here in Denver at -2. But for some of the surrounding areas like Albuquerque, still in the 20s, so definitely not seeing any of those more muggier conditions like in the southeast, where some of our dew points are in the 50s and 60s like here in New Orleans. For our current radar, we did see that front move through, and it will continue to move through over the next several hours, and that front has kind of been why we've been seeing those alto cumulus clouds. But for the rest of the country, very clear conditions, and that's because of the high pressure. But we do have some flurries over here up into Maine, and as well as some showers that are associated with that front. And as you take a look at some of the alerts we're seeing right now, mostly some red flag warnings, especially here in Nebraska. Because we've been seeing some of those more dry conditions. And look at this. I mean, we even have some wind advisories in effect as well. So we are seeing some of those more gusty winds, and that definitely could be a fire or a problem with fires, especially because that could help spread embers. So make sure to be practicing fire safety if you are under a red flag warning. And we do have some small craft advisories along our more coastal areas here along the Atlantic coast. And we're going to see most of that rainfall really occur throughout parts of the Northeast. Here you can see Pennsylvania, New Jersey, areas like that are going to see anywhere from about roughly half an inch of rain. Not as much rain as we've seen recently, but definitely make sure to hold on to your umbrella. We're going to see pretty similar conditions over here in San Francisco. We do have some snow up here in the north like we did see on our radar. Our temperatures, though, are going to be well above average here in the state of Texas and even up into the plains right there. And even if, as we look into the next couple of weeks, you can see those temperatures are still going to be well above average for winter time. For tonight, you can expect some temperatures near freezing up here in Minneapolis and over there in Bismarck, staying pretty nice and toasty though in the southeast. And for tomorrow, very similar to today, just beautiful weather for most of the places around the country right now. But now we're going to go to the desk to talk about Mardi Gras in Pensacola.
Yes, exactly, Chris. We've got our Mardi Gras event coming up in Pensacola this weekend.
Mm-hmm. Definitely very exciting. It's going to be very nice, like Daniela was talking about. The weather's going to be perfect to be outside, to be enjoying the floats and the costumes, and this Florida twist on the Mardi Gras holiday.
Yeah, and there's going to be lots of people out there, about 6,000 participants every year. So definitely very exciting times. I hope you can get out and enjoy the parade and the beautiful weather that they've got over in Pensacola.
Yeah, definitely. It's going to be really nice. It's really good for families to be able to get out. It gives you something to do over the weekend, you know. And It's really cool to see it happening in places other than New Orleans, too.
Exactly, yeah. I know we went to New Orleans recently for the AMS conference. Mm-hmm. What a great environment for us to learn more. But as well, you know, Pensacola has some French heritage roots as well, so it's nice to see that they're really enjoying and celebrating as well.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, I love New Orleans so much. I'm going back in a month, so I'm very excited to be able to do that. And it's just cool to be able to see people kind of take this all throughout the country, but have their own twist on it too. You know, it's a little bit different everywhere you go, but no matter where you are in the southeast this weekend, it's definitely going to be a nice day to be outside.
Exactly. And now we're going to kick it off, send it back to Matt at the wall. What are we talking about over there?
It's everyone's favorite segment. It's sports time. Let's get into it. We got a couple of big games tonight as the Magic are at home against the Golden State Warriors. Both teams hovering around that play-in range for both the Western and Eastern Conference. The Magic trying to get back on track. The Golden State Warriors trying to carry the momentum they've had with Jimmy after that Butler trade earlier in the year. Nuggets at the Bucks. Two heavyweights going toe-to-toe. We'll see the Bucks will be, they'll have Giannis tonight, so that's a huge deal for them as they hope to get a huge win against the Nuggets, who have been a very good team this year overall. The Hornets are at the Mavs. The Mavs still dealing a little bit with that loss of Luka and the injury bug, but you'll see the temps tonight overall will be very nice. They'll be in the 60s to start and get into the upper 50s by the end of game time, so it will be very pleasant, but you might want that jacket overall. Minnesota at the Lakers, two heavyweights going at it, LeBron and Luka versus Ant. Who will win, but what will matter? Guess what? These temps will be relatively stable overall. A lot of cloud coverage for the most part as we'll get into the mid to lower 60s by the end of game time there in LA. And for spring training in Florida, the Rays and the Pirates, two very young teams battling to hopefully get in the conversation for their divisions, but the temperatures will be absolutely gorgeous. A lot of sun, so you might want some sunscreen, but mid-70s for most of the games, so very nice overall. KC will be at the Diamondbacks in Arizona, and those temperatures will actually climb as that game time goes on. So you're going to want that shorts and t-shirt overall, as there will be a little bit of cloud coverage, but it will be hot. And for spring training, we have Yankees at the Blue Jays versus the Yankees in Tampa as well. We'll see, it'll be very clear for the most part, but you'll see it'll drop a couple of degrees, so you might want that light jacket by the end of game time, as it might be a little bit cooler overall. And then the Dodgers and the Angels, both teams trying to get some rhythm before the season starts overall. But you can see these temperatures will start in the upper 70s, but they will start transitioning into the lower 70s by game time. And with all these great sports going on, for this non-sports lovers, Jordan, what else is there?
There's actually so much to do, especially if you want to get outside and enjoy the nice weather that we're experiencing here in the Southeast, especially here in Tallahassee. Right now, as the sun's setting, you can really just see how beautiful it is all throughout the region. You can see in the clouds, there's the pinks, there's the oranges. It's just really beautiful all throughout the whole region. And tomorrow morning, when you're getting up, getting ready to walk your dog, at 7 a.m. it might be a little bit chilly out there, so you're definitely going to want to consider bringing your sweatshirt, but then it's going to warm up pretty quick. So by 11 a.m. it's already going to be 65, so definitely going to be seeing that very, very nice weather outside. And at our beach camera, it's just beautiful, like we've been seeing all throughout the entire area. This is a place where I would want to be. I'd love to be spending time at the beach right now. 76, so this is just the perfect temperature, no matter really where you are, to be outside, to be enjoying that nice weather. And tonight, if you want to go look at the stars and the stargazing forecast, it's a new moon, so there's not much to look with the moon, but you can try to peek those stars. It's going to be okay conditions. We're going to see a few lingering clouds throughout the area. But with those clear conditions, we are definitely seeing no delays at our Tallahassee airport, so that's going to be really nice. And it's the same story pretty much all throughout the country. It's all this green, so not much delays. There's not much weather having too much of an impact if you're planning on traveling this weekend. If we look here, you can see at the sports rec, it's definitely that sunset is continuing to happen. 74, it's starting to cool off just a little bit, partly cloudy. If you're planning to go out tonight, it is going to be 62, so it's not going to be bad. That sun will be down and it might continue to get a little bit cooler, so you might want to opt for jeans. It might not be quite warm enough for those skirts, for those shorts yet. And just heading into the weekend, it's that same story that we've been seeing, so it's just going to be warm, warm, warm. Cool off a little bit on Sunday, but we're going to warm up ever so slightly on Monday to just have a beautiful weekend, to be out in Tallahassee, be out the area. But Chris is going to give us a little bit more details on what is happening throughout Tallahassee.
That's right. Thank you so much, Jordan. And we really just kind of like get the point across that really we're just seeing gorgeous weather all around Tallahassee. Just look at these beautiful altocumulus clouds just looming over Doak Campbell Stadium right now. We're at 76. And we do have that breeze, so it really just feels very pleasant outside. It's not too muggy either. And for our radar, all we're seeing is those beautiful clouds just moving through the area, no rain to worry about. And by the time we get to Friday, just perfect clear weather. I mean, it really doesn't get better than this, folks. I mean, as we take a look at our temperatures, you can see 70s across the board, but a little bit cooler down here in Perry at 67 degrees. And we do have a little bit more moisture in the air for parts of the Big Bend, but because of that wind and the fact that our dew points are not exactly at our high temperatures. We're not feeling all that muggy. Now, for our temperature almanac, we were well above our average temperature, which is only about 71 degrees for this time of year. And we almost hit 80 degrees today, which is a pretty big deal because we're still in February. And look at this, even our low temperature is below the average, which is normally about 46. So for tonight, you can expect those temperatures to still be in the 40s, so you definitely want to layer up tonight if you plan on going out tonight. And we're going to see those clouds just move through the area with some cooler temperatures just across the board. Our side of 40 degrees, you can see we're at 43 in Thomasville. Same thing over here in Bainbridge, 45 in Quincy. For tomorrow, if you're going to be studying on Landis, I think it's going to be the perfect day to do that. Or maybe just start tanning. It's going to be 76, beautiful sunny skies, not a whole lot of clouds. But tomorrow, if you're maybe going for a run, would definitely recommend waiting a little bit because it is going to be 48 degrees tomorrow morning. So if you do have an early morning class, like I know Matthew is an 8 a.m., you'll definitely want to bundle up a little bit. But by the time you get to the afternoon and evening hours, you can take some of those layers off as it will be in the upper 60s for our area. And for tomorrow's forecast, just a very pleasant day around the Big Bend region with our temperatures in the middle 70s, 76 here in Tallahassee, 75 in Monticello. For the week ahead, beautiful weather will continue throughout the week and into the weekend. We do have a little bit of a drop off in our temperature here on Sunday, but folks, this beautiful weather will stick with us for a little bit until we get to Wednesday, where you do have a pretty solid chance for some showers and thunderstorms. So and make sure to enjoy this beautiful weather while it lasts here in Tallahassee. Let's take things back to the desk with Danila and Matthew to wrap up our show.
Yeah, for sure. So some wonderful spring-like weather we've been having, and excited to keep it going for at least almost the next week.
Yeah, it's going to be really exciting. Great weather. I know the baseball team is playing this weekend. It should be great weather for baseball. So hoping to catch one of those games this weekend.
Undefeated so far, right?
Yes,
Yeah,
red hot.
we got to
red
keep it
hot.
going, guys.
Oh yeah. What else do you plan to do with the great temperatures we'll have this weekend?
So I actually had a plan to go to the beach. Might be a little too cold to do so. Hopefully the sunlight will do me some justice. But
Yes.
I needed to get a little getaway right before the getaway for spring break. You know, guys, you need that little break.
That's fair. I know it's the start of tanning season. This weather really, I think, will boost the start of tanning season. We'll see a lot more people tanning out on Landis for the most part. I know I'll be trying to get outside and enjoying the weather to its fullest.
For sure. But make sure to follow us on X here at FSU Weather.
We are also on Facebook, so don't forget to like us on Facebook.
And also follow us on Instagram at FSU Weather.
And if you're not already watching, don't forget to subscribe to us on YouTube as well.
And we also have TikTok, so follow along there as well at FSU Weather. Now we'll give you one last look at the 7-day.